start some questions, boys. First question, which of the following compounds are prepared by Wurtz reaction? So see here, first one, methane. Is this possible or not possible? Yes, it is not possible by this, because so it is odd numbered carbon. So Wurtz reaction is for only for even numbered carbons. So single carbon methane cannot be prepared by Wurtz reaction. Okay, because coupling reaction takes place in Wurtz reaction. Minimum 2 carbons required. So it is only single carbon. Therefore, methane cannot be prepared by this method. Next, second one, CH3CH3. It is ethane. So 2 carbons, methyl chloride with sodium. So it is possible any even number of carbons. Therefore, Wurtz reaction is useful to prepare this component. Next, third one. This is the compound, boys. So this is actually this is coming from tertiary butyl chloride. It is a tertiary butyl chloride, boys. So it is a tertiary carbon, tertiary alkyl halides. It is also tertiary alkyl halides. Tertiary alkyl halides are not used because it is involved in elimination reaction instead of substitution reaction, instead of coupling reactions. Therefore, so it is not possible to prepare by using Wurtz reaction. Next, fourth one, this is N-butane. Yes, so C2H5Cl, boys. If C2H5 is the Cl is the starting compound, if that is involved in the reaction, C2H5 coupled, that gives C4H10. It is possible by Wurtz reaction. It is possible by Wurtz reaction. Next question, boys. Complete the following reactions. Complete the following reactions. What are those reactions? So it is Br. Okay. So this one treated with sodium metal in dry ether. Sodium metal dry ether, boys. Yes. So boys, this is converted into radical mechanism. This is radical. 2 radicals are formed here. So a ring closure reaction takes place. Therefore, the product is like this then. Or it is, if only one of these bonds are going to break homolytically, here radical is formed. So 2 similar such type of radicals are joined together. This may also possible. Br joined with another ring, Br. So this is also possible. These are the possible products, boys, in this reaction. Next, second reaction. What is that? When benzene, cyclohexane bonded with this one like this end. Okay, if this one involved in reaction with the sodium metal, dry ether. So 2 of these are involved in bond breaking. So this carbon, bond closure, ring closure takes place. So that is why the product is this one. This is possible. That is a spiro compound is possible. Spiro compound is possible. Next, third reaction, that is when chlorine and bromine both are available. When chlorine and bromine both are available, so among chlorine and bromine is best leaving group. Bromine is the best leaving group. Therefore, only this one is bond cleaved homolytically. So 2 these groups are joined together. Now our answer is sodium triether. Our answer is chlorine is there. It is joined with another chlorine, boys. Because among chlorine and bromine, bromine is the best leaving group that is involved in the bond cleavage, boys. That is involved in the bond cleavage. So another and most important one, that is, see here. That is, when double bond is there and this is the radioactive carbon or starred carbon, boys. So this one is bonded with bromine. If this one reacts with sodium in the presence of triether, so what are the possible products? What are the possible products in this reaction? Okay. See, boys, this is involved in homolytic cleavage. So triether. So this is starred carbon, boys. This is homolytic cleavage. If such type of these two radicals are involved in coupling condition, so our product is this one. And so this is starred carbon, this is radical, this is bonded to like this. Like this is possible, boys. Okay. Next, this is involved in resonance. So it is migrated here. Now this carbon gets radicalized. So it is in resonance with this one, boys. This is migrated. This is the carbon. So this carbon is the starred carbon. So if these two radicals are involved, this type of radicals are involved, that gives this is a starred carbon, boys. Is in coupling with another one. This is starred carbon, boys. This is possible. Next, if this radical and this radical, these two are joined together, so another product also possible. And these two combination gives, that is, so this is pi bond, this is starred one, this is radical, boys. Next, this is one. So this is star radical, this is a starred carbon, this is radical, boys. So now this radical are going to be joined. Now this is the product. This is the product. So this product may also possible. So sometimes it is inverted like this. This one, these two may also inverted, boys. Both are same ending. If this one, so these are the products possible when this one involved in the reaction. So these are the possible products. Okay. So this is about Wurtz reaction, boys. So in Wurtz reaction, alkyl halide reacts with sodium metal in triether. That gives higher alkanes. The reaction may follow either in free radical mechanism or ionic mechanism. Already we completed, boys. If metal is changed or alkyl halide is changed, different products are possible. Yes, different products are possible and different types of reactions are possible. Let us see that another similar type of reactions. Another similar type of reaction by changing alkyl halides, by changing metals. Instead of sodium, I will take zinc or something else, copper. Okay, similar reactions are possible. So note down points. Note down all these points. Note points. One, alkyl halide plus so sodium metal triether, alkyl halide sodium metal triether, that gives higher alkanes boys. So plus NaX, this is nothing but Wurtz reaction. So these are aliphatic alkyl halides, and it is aliphatic alkyl halides. If aryl halides are used in place of aliphatic that is aliphatic alkyl halides, so see here. So benzyl chloride, that is chlorobenzene, it is aryl halide. Aryl halide instead of aliphatic alkyl halides, aryl halide is used. So 2 moles of aryl halide and reacts with sodium metal in the presence of triether. So 2 benzene rings are fused boys. This is nothing but phenyl ring is bonded with phenyl ring, which is called as biphenyl. The name of this compound is biphenyl. Okay, so with plus 2 NaXN. So if aryl halide is used, this reaction is called as Fittig reaction. The name of this reaction is a Fittig reaction, boys. Please keep in mind. So alkyl halides are used, that is Wurtz reaction. If aryl halides are used, that is called as Fittig reaction. Next, third case. One is alkyl halide. Another one is aryl halide. It is aryl halide. One alkyl halide, one aryl halide treated with sodium metal in the presence of triether, same end. That gives benzene bonded with that alkyl group plus 2 NaX is the product. So if alkyl halide is used, Wurtz reaction. If aryl halide is only used, Fittig reaction. Now this is Wurtz Fittig reaction. Yes, this is called as Wurtz Fittig reaction. This is nothing but Wurtz Fittig reaction. Very, very important, boys. Please keep those minds, these reactions in your mind. Wurtz Fittig reaction. Next, fourth one. That is, if aryl iodide is used, particularly aryl iodide. Okay, this one reacts with copper metal instead of sodium metal. Copper metal is used. One more aryl iodide is used. Aryl iodide. So this gives biphenyl in the presence of triether. Biphenyl is the product, along with CuI2 is the product. CuI2. This is called as Ullmann reaction. The name of this reaction is Ullmann reaction. U. This is called as Ullmann reaction. Very, very, very important. Ullmann reaction. So instead of sodium, copper is used. Okay. So both aryl iodides. This one also aryl iodide. Iodide is only used. Aryl iodide reacts with copper metal in presence of triether. So sometimes triether may also not used, boys. No need of triether. Okay, this is the reaction. This is called as Ullmann reaction. It is also important. So in Ullmann's reaction, some that is a stereospecificity is there, boys. See here. That is C double bond C, CH3, CH3, H, halogen, boys. So it is, I'm taking chlorine. Okay. When copper metal is used, so this is stereospecific. A specific compound is possible. Stereospecific, what is that? So this is two such type. That is C double bond C, CH3, CH3H. This is bonded with similarly C double bond C, CH3H, CH3 boys. Particularly this compound is phospholate. Specifically, that is the only compound. This reaction is considered as stereospecific. Specifically, this is the only compound boys. This is a stereospecific reaction. Next, this is Ullmann reaction. Next one more end. That is, if alkyl halide, 2 moles alkyl halide, it is fifth one. Fifth one, alkyl halide, 2 moles alkyl halide reacts with the zinc metal in presence of ether and heated strongly. That gives alkane plus Zn(X2) is the product. Alkane. If zinc metal is used in place of sodium, that is called as Franklin's reaction. Franklin's reaction. It is very, very, very important. So zinc metal is used. That reaction is called as Franklin's reaction. See here, for example, this is bromine. This is bromine, boys. If this one is treated with zinc and ether, heated, this bond is going to break. This bond is going to. These two are joined together. That gives cyclopropane plus ZnBr2 is the product. Cyclopropane is the product. Okay. For example, if cyclohexane, this is bonded with Br. This is bonded with Br. So same zinc metal, ether, and heating is applied. This is bond. These two are joined together, boys. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-membered ring is possible. A 5-membered ring is possible. Okay. So this is very, very, very important. Boys, ether is nothing but C2H5O C2H4. Diethyl ether is the common ether. It is shortly ET2 word. ET means ethyl. Diethyl ether, it is the shortcut. So this is nothing but diethyl ether. So no need. It is very, very important. Ether is nothing but diethyl ether. It is a notation for diethyl ether. It is the notation for diethyl ether. It is very, very important. Now, what is the mechanism behind this? So Franklin reaction mechanism, boys. Mechanism. What is this? Franklin's reaction. So mechanism for this reaction, that is, so I'm taking this one, so instead of that, I'm using C2H5I ethyl iodide. C2H5 ZnIn. So first of all, alkyl halide. Okay. Then this one involved in dissociation, boys. One more. 2 moles of that C2H5 ZnI gives C2H5 twice Zn plus ZnI2 is the final product. That is dialkyl zinc is the intermediate, boys. Dialkyl zinc. This dialkyl zinc So treated with 2 moles of once again C2H5I, that gives 2 moles of C2H5 plus ZnI2. So this is our product wise. 2 moles of that product is formed. It is alkane. This is the way alkane is prepared. That is the mechanism of Franklin's reaction. So very, very, very important. Boys, once again important. Note this point. What is that note point? Here also coupling reaction takes place. So that means methane cannot be prepared by this method. So methane not prepared by this method. Next, one more point. CC bond, new bond is formed. Here also CC new bond is formed. So this is about the preparation of alkanes, boys, from alkyl halides. From alkyl halides. Okay. So these are very, very, very important. Next and last preparation method. Last preparation method. That is desulfurization. Last preparation methods, that is preparation of alkanes, boys. Here thioalcohols are used. So thioalcohols or thioethers are used. See here, alkyl thioalcohol. When this thioalcohol is treated with hydrogen in the presence of ranitidine, reduction takes place, boys. Reduction takes place. Here hydrogen, boys, RH plus H2S gas is formed. It is nothing but alkane. Here methane can be prepared. Methane can be prepared. Okay. Next, RSRN, thioethers. So this thioethers also H2, ranitidine. So here hydrogen, here hydrogen, boys. Okay. So that means, for example, I'm taking this one as R dash for our convenience. Okay. So RH plus R dash H plus H2S is the product. RH plus R dash H plus H2S is the product. Next, that means the type of, these are mixture of alkanes. Mixture of alkanes. Next, peroxysulfide, paradise sulfide. If pair bond is there, peroxy like persulfide bond is there. So similar reactions also happening. Here H2 in the presence of ranitidine. So same voice, that is hydrogen H, boys. That is RH plus R dash H plus H2S2 is the product. H2S2 is the product. So once again, mixture of alkanes are the products, boys. So here methane can be prepared, can also be prepared, boys. So methane can also be prepared. These are the preparation methods of alkanes, boys. Preparation methods of alkanes. So among all these, Wurtz reaction is very, very, very important. Franklin reaction, Wurtz reaction. Okay, these are very, very important. All are important, but Wurtz reaction and some, so those are very, very, very important. Okay. Physical properties of alkanes. Note down. These are points. And first of all, note down the points. Physical properties. These are all noted points, boys. No need of explanation. Note down all these points. First one, carbon number 1 to carbon number 4, that is methane, ethane, propane, butane. That means C1 to C4. All these compounds are colorless gases at room temperature. All these are colorless. So C5 onwards, C5 to C17, 17 carbons alkenes. These are colorless liquids at room temperature. Colorless liquids. So greater than or equal to C18. Greater than or equal to C18. So this is colorless solids. These are colorless solids. All these are at room temperature, boys. Room temperature, that is at 25 degrees centigrade. At 25, that is 298 Kelvin. So all these are colorless gas. So methane colorless gas, ethane colorless gas, butane colorless gas. So pentane, a liquid. So like that. Okay. Next point. Next point. Okay. These are not soluble in polar solvents like water, because these compounds are non-polar, but soluble in non-polar solvents, like benzene, CCl4, ROR, either acetone, CH3CO, CH3 acetone. All these are non-polar solvents, boys. Okay. So in those compounds, these are soluble, boys. These are highly soluble. Okay. Next point. Next point. Density. Density, melting point, boiling point. Density, melting point, boiling point. So these properties, boys, so directly proportional to molecular weight of the organic compounds, molecular weight of alkanes. As molecular weight of alkanes increases, these properties may also increases. Directly proportional to molecular weight. Okay. So very, very, very important, boys. So these properties mainly depending on, so not only these, next point, density, melting point, boiling point, solubility of alkanes mainly depends on, so these properties are mainly depends on intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces, nothing but van der Waals forces, hydrogen bonding, dipole forces, all those forces, based on that, these properties are depending on. So intermolecular forces are directly proportional to surface area. More is the surface area, more is the attractive force. For example, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Iodine has more size in it. That means more surface area. Iodine has more forces and more attractive forces, intermolecular. So there is a force of attraction existing between two molecules. That is called as intermolecular forces. As the surface area of the molecule increases, intermolecular forces also increases. Intermolecular forces also increases. As intermolecular forces increases, so this density, so boiling point majorly, melting point very less than it. So boiling point, density, solubility, all those are depending points. Next, boiling point. Let us discuss about boiling point. Boiling point. Okay. So boiling point, first of all, directly proportional to, see here, methane. These are gases. This is liquid. This is solid. So already this gas, that's why boiling point is very, very less. Very, very less. So see here, methane has less boiling point. Ethane has something less, C3H8, like this going on, boys. Like this going on. So that means as the number of carbons increases, boiling point also increases. As number of carbons increases, boiling point also increases. Why, sir? Why, sir? See here, it is CH4. It is C2H6. It is C3H8. It is C4. So that means from left to right, molecules surface area increases. As the surface area increases, intermolecular forces increases. As intermolecular forces increases, boiling point also increases. Boiling point also increases, boys. It is very, very, very important. Okay. Next. So boiling point directly proportional to number of carbon atoms. Next, for isomeric alkanes, so boiling point is inversely proportional to branching, because as branching increases, surface area decreases. Because as branching increases, surface area decreases. As surface area decreases, intermolecular forces increases. Intermolecular forces increases, boys. So see here, let us take an example. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this, let us take 5 carbon chain. So this is the surface area, boys. It is N-pentane. N-pentane. Now I am taking one branch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbons only. But it is isopentane. So this is the surface area, boys. From when compared to here, here surface area decrease. Next. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is neopentane. These are all chain isomers, boys. So surface area, something decreased from top to bottom. Surface area decreases. Therefore, boiling point also decreases. So boiling point also decreases, boys. Therefore, so boiling point order. So N-pentane greater than isopentane greater than neopentane. Isopentane greater than neopentane. This is very, very, very important, boys. Okay, this is about boiling point. Very, very, very important, boys. As surface area increases, boiling point increases. In case of isomers, same carbon number. So same carbon number means isomers. So generally, isomers, as branching increases, surface area decreases, automatically boiling point also decreases. Next, melting point. Melting point. Melting point. What is this melting point? Melting point, boys, it is not depending on force of attraction, sir. That is intermolecular forces. Melting point not depends on intermolecular forces. But where this one is dependent, sir? Because it is depending on symmetric conditions, sir. Structural activities, boys. So see here. So melting point, once again directly proportional to number of carbon atoms. Melting point, once again directly proportional to number of carbon atoms. Okay, note down this point is very, very, very important. Generally, boys, let us take, I will explain. So this is first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, like this. Okay, So one carbon, odd numbered carbon, two carbons like this, three carbons like this. Boys, this is three carbons. Three carbon compound seems to be cis-end. Four carbon seems to be trans-end. Seems to be trans. This end opposite. Five carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It seems to be cis-ra. Six carbon. It seems to be trans-ending. That means the trans molecules are more stable than cis molecules. We know. Okay. So that means even number of carbons having trans conditions, odd numbered compounds seems to be cis compounds. So that means even number of compounds are orderly arranged boys. So this is orderly arrangement. Perfect orderly arrangement. That means the packing is perfected. Wherever packing is perfect, melting point is very, very high. But in case of this group and this group are repel with each other. That means the packing is not perfected. That's why. So this odd number here, number of carbons is equal to 5. That is odd end. Here, number of carbons is equal to 4. Even end. If even number of carbons are there, so packing is perfect and very, very stable, having high melting point. So if odd numbered compounds are there, it seems to be cis. So these groups are repelled with each other. Stability is very, very less. Packing is not perfect. Therefore, melting point is lower. That means, so odd numbered compounds having low melting point, even numbered compounds having high melting point. High melting points. Okay, it is very, very. That means even compound. See here. Note this point. Alkanes with even number of carbons, even number of carbon atoms have high melting points, having high melting points than those of compounds with odd numbered carbon atoms. Than those of odd number of compounds, boys. So that is why. So actually we expected. So like this, boys. This is alkane. It is melting point, boys. So it is methane. Methane 1 odd numbered. Ethane melting point increased. It is CH4. It is C2H6. Propane having low melting point than that of methane. Methane melting point is something more than that of propane, boys. Please be conscious. It is propane. C3H8. Next, it is something more. So when compared to ethane, it is butane. C4H10, boys. Butane. After that, like this going on, boys. Continuously as carbon number increases, melting point increases. Therefore, finally, what we are going to conclude? So C3H8 less than, CH4 less than, C2H6 less than, C4H10 less than, and going on. This is the order of melting point of alkanes, boys. Order of. This is very, very, very important. Number of times asked, boys. Please keep this one in mind. Melting point of propane is less than that of methane, even though having more number of carbons, because cis conditioning. Because cis condition, propane has low melting point than that of that is methane. Okay, so this is very, very, very important, boys. Next, one more melting point, N-butane, that is open chain. N-butane has more melting point than isobutane. It has more surface area, it has less surface area. So in case of isomers, okay. Next, please keep in mind. But in case of pentane, neopentane has more melting point than N-pentane, which is greater than that of isopentane. So these are all observed points, boys. Observed points. Very, very, very important. This is about melting points. Okay. So generally, next one and last one in physical properties, boys, that is the density. So generally, density of alkanes less than 1, boys. Density of alkanes always less than 1. That is very, very less when compared to all class of compounds. Density of alkanes is very, very less when compared to all other class of compounds. That means alkenes, alkynes, alcohols, whatever it may be you consider. But density of alkanes is very, very less. Always that value is less than 1. This is about alkanes physical properties. This is about alkanes physical properties. Boys, this is alternation effect. This is nothing but alternation effect, and because of that, so cis condition, trans condition, automatically melting point increases, decreases condition points. So this is about physical properties of alkanes. Let us take melting point, that is chemical properties. See here, boys, chemical properties. Boys, so chemical properties means when these alkanes react with other chemicals, what happens? That is nothing but chemical reactions. When these alkanes react with other chemicals, what are the products formed? What type of reactions that takes place? See here, boys, alkanes. What is the meaning of alkanes? Alk means alkanes also called as paraffins. Another name for alkanes is paraffins. What is the meaning of paraffins? Already I told to you. That is, para means little and affins means affinity. That means little affinity towards chemicals wise. Less reactivant. Finally, paraffins means less reactivant. That means all these alkanes are very, very less reactive when compared to corresponding alkenes and alkynes. When compared to alkenes and alkynes, which one is very, very less in reactivity? Alkanes. Why, sir? Why alkanes are less reactive? Because alkanes are nothing but saturated compounds. Alkanes are nothing but saturated compounds. Here there is always C single bond C is possible. Completely satisfied, boys. So if these are involved in the reaction, this bond cleavage may take place. It takes a lot of energy. That is why bond breaking is a little bit difficult. But in case of alkenes or alkynes, there is a pi bond formation, boys. These pi bonds are very, very weak, ready to involve in the reaction. That is why when compared to alkenes and alkynes, alkanes are very, very reactive. Because here pi bonds are involved in the bond formation mostly, but here sigma bond is involved in the bond formation. That is why it takes a lot of energy. Bond cleavage required more energy. Based on this concept, so these alkanes are having less reactivity, which is nothing but paraffins. Okay. So generally, see here, boys, in alkanes, so no doubt carbon is bonded with another carbon or hydrogen. So this hydrogen is going out, another group is come and join here. That means this hydrogen is replaced with another group or atom. That means here replacement reactions are takes place. That is nothing but substitution reactions are takes place. In alkanes, the generally involved reactions are substitution reactions. These substitution reactions. So now I am going to explain all those reactions are substitution reactions. Okay. So what about substitution? So hydrogen atom is substituted. Hydrogen atom in alkanes is substituted with another atom or group of atoms. That is called as substitution reactions. Alkanes are generally involved in substitution reactions. Alkanes are generally involved in substitution reaction. Boys, see here. This is the hydrogen connected with singular, that is primary carbonate. That is what it is called as primary hydrogen, boys. So if hydrogen is bonded with a secondary carbon, which is secondary hydrogen, if hydrogen is bonded with a tertiary carbon, which is a tertiary hydrogen, boys. Among all these, this tertiary hydrogen easy to replace it. Easy to replace. when compared to secondary and primary end. When compared to secondary and primary, so most readily involved hydrogen in the reactions is tertiary hydrogen, because when it is lost, so that may give either tertiary radical or a tertiary carbocation. The tertiary carbocation or tertiary radical is inductive, based on inductive effect and hyperconjugation to the resonance stabilized voice. That is why the hydrogen is ready to out. The remaining group is stabilized voice. That is why the order of reactivity of different hydrogens in alkanes is tertiary hydrogen is more than that of secondary hydrogen, which is more than that of primary hydrogen. It is the order of reactivity, boys. Most frequently used reactivity, boys. Most of the reaction follow this order. Whenever, for example, in a compound, see here. See, boys, this is the compound. I am going to react with this compound. Here, this is the hydrogen, which is a tertiary hydrogen. Let it be one. This is the hydrogen which is bonded to secondary carbon. That's why it is a secondary hydrogen. It is a tertiary hydrogen. So this is a primary hydrogen, boys. So now I'm going to reaction with chlorine, where first reaction takes place. Either 1, 2, or 3 positions. Tell me where first substitution takes place with the tertiary carbon, tertiary hydrogen, or secondary hydrogen, or primary hydrogen. Where first that chlorine is going to be react. All these are possibility. Where the chlorine is substituted, either this hydrogen or this hydrogen or this hydrogen is replaced. No doubt, tertiary hydrogen is first replaced. If no tertiary hydrogen, then goes to secondary hydrogen. If no secondary hydrogen, then goes to primary hydrogen. Therefore, the order of reactivity of different hydrogens and alkanes is tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary. So whatever it may be the reaction I'm giving here follows that order, boys. Please keep that one in mind. Okay, now let us take some examples. So here all reactions are substitution reactions. Here hydrogen is replaced with another atom or group. So particularly that hydrogen, order of reactivity of different hydrogens is tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary. Okay, so now examples. Okay, first one, combustion. What is the meaning of combustion? Burning of substance in the presence of excess of oxygen is called as combustion. No doubt, alkanes also involved in combustion. See here, I'm taking methane as an example. CH4, when it reacts with oxygen and burn in excess of oxygen, that carbon with oxygen combination gives carbon dioxide, hydrogen with oxygen combination gives H2O. So along that, very high amount of energy released. Boys, this is exothermic reaction. Huge amount of energy will be released. So balance it. So that is carbon 4, 2, 2O2. This is the balance equation, boys. So methane gas, oxygen gas, carbon dioxide gas, water, also generally liquid, boys. Water generally liquid. This is the reaction, boys. Very huge amount of energy is released. This released energy used as a fuel. That is why our alkanes are used in fuel cell. So our cooking gas cell contains mostly butane, our alkane. Okay, so alkanes are generally used as fuels because during combustion, very huge amount of energy will be released. That is used for cooking purpose and something else and else. That's why. So this reaction is nothing much. So uses of alkane. Yes, natural gas. Okay, so this is about combustion. For example, if methane is not completely combusted, yes, petroleum also contains this methane boils. Already at the time of beginning, I told to you. So if it is not completely involved in combustion, it is incomplete combustion takes place. If incomplete combustion takes place, carbon black is the product. The product is carbon black. This carbon black, what is the carbon black? See here, same methane and reacts with oxygen, which is not completely converted into involved in the reaction boys. Incomplete combustion here it is taking place. The carbon plus water. Carbon plus water, this is in liquid state boys. This is called as carbon black. This is called as carbon black. So this carbon black is used in making ink or printer inks, printer ink, printer ink. So boys, generally water purifiers made with carbon black end, that is filters and filters. Okay, so filters. So all these are made with this carbon black. It is one of the uses of this combustion reaction boys. Okay, if it is completely involved in combustion, used as PR. If it is not completely involved in reaction, carbon powder is coming out. That carbon powder is used for making colored, that is black colored inks and printer ink, that is and filters and okay, water purifiers like there, filters are used boys. Those filters are nothing but made with carbon black end. Okay, so this is the reaction of combustion of alkanes. Next, second one, secondary one. Catalytic oxidation boys. So when catalyst is changed, products are different products are obtained boys. So if catalyst is changed, product is also different. See here, second one, A. Oxidation boys, actually oxidation, that is first one, catalytic oxidation. Catalytic oxidation. What is this catalytic oxidation? Oxidation means addition of oxygen in the presence of catalyst. See here, methane, when it reacts with oxygen in the presence of copper metal at about 523 Kelvin and pressure is 100 atmospheres pressure, and 523 Kelvin and 100 atmosphere pressure, that gives methyl alcohol as the product. Methanol. Methanol is the product. If the same compound in place of molybdenum oxide, MO2O3, MO2O3. So this is the heating condition boys. So if catalyst is in place of copper, methyl alcohol is the product. If molybdenum oxide acts as catalyst, the product is formaldehyde is the product boys. Formaldehyde or methanol. It is meth ANAL. It is methanol. It is meth ANOL is the product. Methanol. If catalyst is changed, product also changed boys. Product also change. The same compound, see here, for example, ethane, CH3. It is ethane. So it is involved in oxidation in the presence of manganese acetate, CH3COO twice MnN. So and heat it, that gives respect to acid boys, that is CH3COOH is the product and acetic acid is the product boys. Acetic acid is the product. Okay, so this is all. That means if catalyst is changed, products may also change. In presence of copper, that is alcohol. So molybdenum oxide respect to aldehyde. If Mn is manganese acetate is used, respect to acid is the product. Respect to acid is the product. It is all catalytic oxidation. Catalyst change, automatic product also change. Next, B. What is that? Controlled oxidation. Controlled oxidation. Okay. So for example, I am explaining methane. So a controlled oxidation, only one step reaction is taking place. Automatically, this is converted into CH3OH, methyl alcohol boys. If methyl alcohol once again is oxidized, one step by step oxidation boys, step by step, and that gives formaldehyde is the protectant. If this one still involved in oxidation, that gives formic acid is the answer. Still it is going to be oxidized, so no further oxidation takes place. That gives carbon dioxide and water vapor is the protectant. So these are the finally carbon dioxide is the protectant. So that means if you want aldehydes, so stop here. If you want acids, stop here. So it is under your control. That's why this type of reactions are considered as controlled oxidations. So different oxidizing agents are used, boys. Okay. Next one, and note this point. Note point. Still oxidation. I'm using oxidizing agent KMnO4, boys. This is very, very, very important. Note. Okay. Alkanes with primary hydrogen or secondary hydrogen. Alkane with primary hydrogen with or secondary hydrogen. No tertiary hydrogen is available, boys. So that type of compound is oxidized with KMnO4. KMnO4 is the strong oxidizing agent, boys. No reaction takes place. Please keep this one in mind. Now oxidation with KMnO4. An alkane with primary hydrogen or secondary hydrogen, no tertiary hydrogen is available. So that is, there is no reaction, boys. That means, for example, CH4, KMnO4, no reaction. CH3, CH2, CH3, KMnO4, no reaction, boys. For example, an alkane with tertiary hydrogen. An alkane with tertiary hydrogen. So treated with KMnO4. Treated with KMnO4. So alcohol is the product. Corresponding alcohol is the product, boys. So let us take an example. Only with the tertiary hydrogen, boys. That is CH3, 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 HN. This is the tertiary hydrogen, boys. So it is oxidized with KMnO4. That means primary hydrogen, secondary hydrogens are not oxidized by KMnO4, but a tertiary hydrogen is ready to oxidize by KMnO4. That gives respect to alcohol adding, oxidation takes place. That is a CH3, 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 OH is the product. Respect to alcohol is the product. Respect to alcohol is the product. Very, very, very important. It is also oxidation with KMnO4, boys. Okay, so take this one as third condition. Oxidation with KMnO4 with the primary hydrogen and secondary hydrogen, KMnO4 no reaction, but with the tertiary hydrogen, respect to alcohol is the product. Respect, because KMnO4 is the strongest oxidizing agent. So even though it is strong, so primary and secondary hydrogens are not oxidized because these are very, very stable. Okay, so this is about oxidation reactions. Next, second one, third one. Third one. Isomerization. That means one compound is converted into its isomer. So isomers of the compounds are the products. Hexane is there, methyl pentane, dimethyl butane, like that. Isomers are the products. Okay, so that type of reaction is called as isomerization. Okay, so see here, N alkanes, normal alkanes are converted into branched alkanes, boys. These are isomers. Isomers of those alkanes, boys. Converts into branched alkanes, boys. So what is the catalyst used? Generally, Lewis acids are used, boys. Lewis acids are the catalyst. So what is that? Anhydrous AlCl3 frequently used catalyst boys. Anhydrous AlCl3. So in HCl, this is the catalyst used. So please keep in mind, during all case, wherever anhydrous AlCl3 is there, so automatically rearrangement takes place. So isomers are the products. So see here, I am taking one example, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N-hexane boys. It is N-hexane. Okay, so that gives, so anhydrous AlCl3 HCl. Wherever anhydrous AlCl3 is applied, that is nothing but isomerization. There is a specialist reagent heading. That is a specialist reagent that gives, this is the product boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 carbons, but branched component. Branched compound. That one plus this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the products boys. That means isomers of this compound are products. That is why that reaction is called as isomerization. Isomerization. Next and most important one, aromatization. That means non-aromatic compound is converted into aromatic component. Okay, which is also called as reforming. The reaction is also called as reforming. Okay, so the specialist, that is particularly the reagent used. So if you see this reagent, automatically the aromatic compounds are the final products boys. What are those? Either Cr2O3 bromic oxide or B2O3 vanadium oxide or molybdenum oxide MO2O3 molybdenum oxide at about nearly 773 Kelvin and 10 to 20 atmospheres. So these are the requirements boys. Over alumina, Al2O3 is nothing but alumina boys. The name of this compound is alumina. Already we know in our 13th group elements. So over alumina boys. So this is the reagent boys. If you see any one of these in our reaction, automatically aromatization takes place. See here what happened. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is N-hexane. Now this reagent is used. Automatically benzene is the product. 6 carbon compound is the product. It is non-aromatic compound, is converted into aromatic component. Benzene. Here, so 4 moles of hydrogen is lost and it is a dehydrogenation. It is nothing but dehydrogenation. It is nothing but dehydrogenation. Okay. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 N-hexane. Now it is converted into, this is the reagent. So benzene connected with CH3. Toluene is the product boys. Benzene is connected with toluene. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octane is taken. Octane is taken. So that means same reagent is used. That gives benzene is substituted with C2H5. That is CH3CH3. This is C6, C7, C8. Or so along with this one plus 2 substitution may also take place boys. It is methyl. It is methyl. 1,2-dimethyl may also possible. 1,2-dimethyl, which is called as xylene. CH3, CH3. Adjacent carbons, which is called as orthoxylene. Orthoxylene is the product boys. N-heptane. So like this, aromatic compounds are the final products boys. Next, some more reactions. 2 more reactions. Continuation reactions. For example, 2-methyl heptane is taken. If 2-methyl heptane is considered, aromatization takes place. 2-methyl heptane means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2-methyl heptane. If this one is involved in aromatization, that gives CH3 boys, which is called as methoxylene. Methoxylene is the product, boys. If 3-methyl is taken, that gives paraxylene. Paraxylene. All these are non-aromatic compounds are converted into aromatic compounds. Non-aromatic compounds converted into aromatic compounds, which is called as aromatization. The specific reagent is this one. Under this reagent, these compounds are converted into open chain compounds are converted into aromatic compounds. Very, very, very important. So this is the reaction frequently used in our preparation of benzene. So at the time of preparation of benzene, I'm once again repeating this equation. Okay. Next one. Next subheading. Next property. That is reaction with steam end. There is nothing but water vapor. That is fifth one. Fifth one, reaction with steam. Reaction with steam. So that is when methane, it is alkane. Reaction with water vapor, that is steam. So what is the reagent used here? That is nickel at 1000 degrees centigrade on strong heating, boys. That converts into carbon monoxide and H2O. It is nothing but water gas. This reaction I explained at the time of hydrogen and its compounds, boys. Synthesis gas, syngas. So this compound, this chemical is used for the preparation of so many other compounds. Okay. So that is used for the preparation of industrial hydrogen. Very, very important. Okay. So it is water gas used for industrial preparation of industrial preparation of H2, hydrogen gas. So that is a fuel gas, boys. Water gas, it is nothing but fuel gas. Already we completed, boys, in our 14th group elements, carbonated compounds. Okay. Next one, sixth one. Pyrolysis reaction. Pyrolysis means heating at high temperature. That is nothing but here higher alkanes on heating converts into lower hydrocarbons. That is alkenes. Some mixes may also possible, boys. Higher alkanes may convert into during heating that converts into hydrocarbons. Maybe alkane, alkene, or alkyne sometimes may be possible. See here some reactions. Example, pyrolysis means heating it. So C6H14, it is hexane. It is heated at about 773 Kelvin. Gives different products. Possible descent. C6, only H2 is coming out. That gives C6H12 plus H2. It is hexene. Hexene. Next, C4H8 plus C2H6. Alkene plus alkane. Next, C3H6 alkene plus C2H4 plus CH4 are the products. 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6 alkanes. Okay. So all these reactions are involved in free radical mechanism. All these are involved in free radical mechanism, free radical reactions, boys. All these are free radical reactions. So now it is example 1. I am taking example 2 and that is C12H26 dodecane. So when it is heated at about platinum, palladium or nickel at about 973 Kelvin, that gives C7H16 plus C5H10, very, very important, boys, plus other products also production, other production. That means higher alkanes converts into lower alkanes by using heating. The technique is called as pyrolysis reaction. That is called as a pyrolysis reaction. Okay, next one. Boys, petroleum, kerosene oil, all those are pyrolysis reactions takes place. So those there also pyrolysis takes place. Okay. So petrol gas, kerosene oil. So those are also involved in pyrolysis. Not pyrolysis, it is a pyrolysis. So breaking of compound with the help of heating, which is called as pyrolysis. Okay. Sometimes the word is also called as cracking. Cracking, nothing but pyrolysis. Next one, that is 7th one, nitration. What is the meaning of nitration? Hydrogen is replaced with nitro group. Hydrogen is there, that hydrogen is replaced with NO2 group. The process is called as nitration. Nitro group is involved. Replaced with, this hydrogen is replaced with nitro group. The process is called as nitration. The frequently used reagent, HNO3 is the reagent. Okay, at about 670 Kelvin. The reagent is HNO3, mostly concentrated HNO3, concentrated HNO3 at about 670 Kelvin. So that hydrogen is replaced, boys. So let us observe some reactions. So examples: when methane reacts with HNO3 at about 670 Kelvin, CH3NO2 is the productant. See here, boys, it is HNO3. It is nothing but HNO3, OH, CH3H. This hydrogen and this OH is released as H2O plus H2O. This nitro group is attached to this methyl group. Okay, so it is nitromethane. Nitromethane. Next, for example, CH3, ethane. Same reaction is happening. HNO3 at about 70 Kelvin. So this hydrogen, CH3, CH2NO2 plus sometimes, so maybe involved in cracking, CH3NO2 also product, boys. So cracking is involved because high temperature, boys. So maybe pyrolysis takes place. Okay, so that product may also possible. That product may also possible. Next, if propane is taken, what are the possible products? So here a replacement is possible, breaking is possible. See here, I'm taking NO2 here. I'm also taking NO2 here. NO2 here. Okay. Next, if this one is going to be break, NO2 here. So this carbon with NO2 is possible and bond break cleavage is possible. Okay, all these 4 compounds are possible. All these 4 compounds are possible. So if sometimes cleavage is possible. Okay. Next, for example, if butane is taken, what are the possible possibilities. Here substitution, here substitution, here substitution. So these are all similar positions. Once I am breaking, see here, I am taking NO2 here. See here, I am taking NO2 here. 2 ra. This one are completed. Okay. 4. Sorry. It is 4 member ring. Sorry for that. It is a cyclobutane. That is N-butane. N-butane. So here substitution. Here substitution. 2 substitutions are possible. So maybe here cutting is possible. So cutting is possible. That means NO2 is possible. Plus CH3NO2 is possible. CH3NO2. Okay. So NO2, ethane with NO2 also possible, boys. That means here going to be break. So sometimes here is possible. 5. So one more where it is, where here it is possible. Here also possible, boys. So these are all products. These are all products, possible products. Boys, all these reactions takes place in vapor phase only. All these reactions takes place in vapor phase only. This is nitration. What is nitration? Replacement of hydrogen with NO2. The reagent used for that purpose is constant HNO3 at about 670 Kelvin. At about 670 Kelvin. Next one, sulfonation. That is 8th one. Sulfonation. What is the meaning of sulfonation? Boys, alkyl group with hydrogen. This hydrogen is replaced with SO3H. Hydrogen is replaced with sulfonic group. That is called as sulfonation. What is the reagent used? Most frequently used reagent is either concentrated H2SO4 or oleum. Oleum means H2SO4 plus SO3. That is nothing but H2S2O7. Oleum, frequently used. Fuming sulfuric acid, which is also called as fuming sulfuric acid. So that means this hydrogen is replaced with SO3H. Hydrogen is replaced with SO3H, boys. So here carbocation is the intermediate. So carbocation mechanism is taking place, boys. Carbocation. Here rate of sulfonation is tertiary hydrogen greater than secondary hydrogen greater than primary hydrogen. So this is the order of rate of sulfonation, boys. Okay. See here. I'm taking one example. So this is wedge line, boys. This is wedge line. If sulfonation takes place with concentrated H2SO4, with concentrated H2SO4, so this wedge line, it is SO3H. That is SO3H. Just a minute. It is see here, boys. Note point. Note point. Isomerization takes place, boys. That is in the presence of concentration. This is the side reaction also takes place. Side reaction. That is racemization. racemization takes place. It is also important and note pointer. Please note this point. So with constant HCl this racemization, that is why frequently used reagent is oleum is frequently used, boys. Oleum is frequently used. Next for today's class, that is auto oxidation. It is the last one for today's class, boys. Tomorrow we will continue with other reagents. Ninth one ani. Auto oxidation, boys. So that means aerial oxidation. Oxidation with air, O2 from air. It is oxidation with O2 from air, boys. It is a free radical substitution reaction. It is a free radical substitution reaction, boys. What are those reactions? See here, our alkane reacts with O2 from air in the presence of sunlight. That gives peroxide is the productant. Okay, that is the peroxide, boys. Peroxide is the productant. Alkyl peroxide. Okay, so this is very important. Some other examples. When RCH2 CH double bond CH R is there. Okay, boys, this is a secondary carbon. This is secondary carbon. This secondary carbon is going to be react with our air ending oxygen H neura, that gives RCH CH double bond CH R OOH. That is possible. That is possible. Next, RCH2 C triple bond CR. So this carbonate, it is secondary carbonate. So it is a saturated carbon, boys. Only from that saturated carbon oxidation takes place. Only from saturated carbonate. So once again, oxidation in the presence of sunlight, that is RCH OOH. So C triple bond C R is the productant. C triple bond C. So saturated carbon, boys. These two are unsaturated one. So it is primary, it is secondary. Secondary is more reactive. It is primary, it is secondary, boys. Secondary is more reactive. Tertiary is there, tertiary is more reactive. Tertiary is there. See here, let us take an example. It is alkyl, boys. Okay. If oxygen is involved in the reaction with H nu, boys, here hydrogen is there. This hydrogen is tertiary ending. This tertiary hydrogen is involved in the reaction. That is tertiary hydrogen is involved in the reaction, boys. Okay. Next, RCH2OR either. Okay. This hydrogen, secondary once again. So that is, it is primary ending. O2 with H nu ending. That is RCHOR. It is OOH. OOH. This is possible ending. This is possible ending. Okay. For example, RCH2 CORN. So keto group is there. There also this hydrogen is replaced by that hydrogen. So O2 with H neura. RCH OOH. C double bond O R is the productant. C double bond O R is the product. Okay. Next. For example, when phenol Phenol, boys, it is involved in oxidation in the presence of sunlight. It is quinoline is the product, boys. It is very, very, very important. Quinoline is the product, boys. Please keep in mind. Quinoline is the product, boys. Okay. So this is about the reaction, boys. What is the mechanism of the reaction? Mechanism, boys. How to this? Boys, this is O2. In the presence of sunlight, this oxygen, this pi bond is going to break into radical. It is diradical and peroxy diradical and that is the intermediate. First of all, this peroxy radical, that is why it is taken as free radical substitution. This peroxy diradical reacts with hydrogen from alkanes, so bonded with this one, that gives alkyl radical plus OOH. This is the compound, boys. So, boys, this alkyl radical may be planar or, so generally alkyl radical may be planar or sometimes it may be pyramidal, boys. Already I explained. This planar radical involved in the reaction with this one, alkyl radical bonded with OOH, and this is the final product. This is the final product, boys. So like this, peroxy bond is formed. So this is oxidation from air in the presence of sunlight, boys. Okay. So some more reactions are there. So tomorrow we will discuss, boys. Thank you. Thank you once again. So we will discuss some reactions tomorrow. We will continue. Okay. Thanks, boys. Thank you. Thank you a lot.